Now, hiring a good webmaster may be your first instinct because it's the easiest approach. I mean, honestly, you don't have to do anything. You just have to have the idea. You can draw it on a napkin and give it to a webmaster and tell them, make this for me. All right. But as easy as that sounds, it does have some very, very distinct disadvantages that you should be aware of. And again, this comes back to having that ability to make changes. The distinct disadvantage is that you are depending on someone else to do every little thing for you. So unless your webmaster works for you and only you, you're pretty much on their time, all right, and you're on their schedule. So if you need your header redone or you need something added, you kind of got to get scheduled in, which can be a real inconvenience. Then you have to deal with the relaying of information, the translation from your idea from your head to what they actually do for you. And a lot of times, it's not exactly what you were looking for. And then it's a matter of reworking it, and if the guy will do revisions for you and changes, and you really have to be prepared for those types of hiccups. Because if you're not clear in the beginning, all these changes and modifications, they could rack up quite a bill, and they can start to get kind of expensive. And that customization and that the amount of time of having someone readily on standby can get quite expensive as well. So obviously you want to make sure you can find someone who's fairly priced, and we're going to show you different places to go and find people that can be very competitive for you. But secondly, you want to make sure that you're not confusing your webmaster with being a designer. And I know a lot of times when people choose a webmaster, you're fortunate enough to have a webmaster who is also a designer, but they're not always the same thing. What I mean by that is a designer is going to design the look of the page. Like on the ESPN site that we saw, the person would have done the overall look of the site with the middle of the site being white. Now, a webmaster is going to be more of somebody who's going to be working with you on a continual basis, managing the HTML and making changes and making sure the site functions properly over time. So it's important not to think that your webmaster is supposed to have the greatest design skills in the world and vice versa. Because the webmaster himself, in selecting him, the key thing should be their number one, their accessibility, and number two, their ability to handle potential problems. All right, pricing shouldn't be the determining factor; it should be one of them, but their ability to handle potential problems that pop up is crucial. They have to be able to turn around and solve problems quickly, make changes quickly. If there's a link that's broken or your payment button isn't working and you're getting 1,000 visitors a day, and that webmaster takes you 24 hours to get responses back, that's a lot of money down the drain. Okay, and that you can't afford that starting up a new business, especially starting a new business, because at this point everything is in the growing and developing phase. So that's why it's crucial to make sure you have a responsible webmaster who is available and accessible and can quickly respond to any issues that pop up. Also, when selecting your webmaster, you want to really avoid signing contracts. There's enough webmasters out there now and help agencies and freelance sites that are available where you can get good people on your team that you don't have to do the contract. Some webmaster will go to the old school contracts more of a way, they'll try to use the contract more as a way to try to control your site. In other words, they're getting access to everything that your site is built on, and sometimes they'll try to hike up the prices after a year, or threaten to kind of lock you out of your own site. I mean, it wouldn't surprise you what some of these dirty webmasters do. So this is what we're going to show you how to filter out from the beginning, so you don't even have to deal with that crap once you're picking through your final selection of web designers. Okay, so just keep that in mind, though. You're looking to work with an independent contractor. You're not looking for an employee. All right, you don't want somebody that's on salary. Not yet. All right, and that can come with time, but you don't need that right now. And that's if you decide to go with the webmaster route yourself.